The Kevin Durant saga continues. Who's going to end up with KD is the question that everybody wants to know the answer to right now. Pretty much free agency has been put on a pause until Kevin Durant has figured out his situation and the Brooklyn Nets figured out what they're going to do with KD. KD has let it be known to Brooklyn that he would like to be a part of the Miami Heat or Phoenix Suns, ironically, the two number one seeds last year. It's worth noting that KD doesn't have a no-trade clause, so theoretically the Nets don't have to trade KD to where he wants to go. It's whatever deal that they want to do. And according to Woj at ESPN, there's one dark horse team that you should look out for. Woj said, I think a team that's lurking is Toronto. They have all the kinds of pieces that you would want and their picks to do a deal for Kevin Durant. Masai Ujiri, you saw that he take the chance on Kawhi Leonard in the past, and it worked out for the Toronto Raptors, who were able to win a championship in their one season with Kawhi there in Canada. And I want to be clear about something. I've watched Woj from afar for years now, build his business, his brand, and his integrity more than anything else as a reporter, a respected reporter in his business. Woj is very careful with the words that he uses when he goes to that ESPN platform on that green screen and talks, right? He is very conscious of the things that he says and doesn't say. So for him to come out and say the Toronto Raptors are lurking, I'm going to put some stock in that. Again, Woj just doesn't go on that platform and runs his mouth. A lot of people do that. But when you're a reporter of the magnitude that Woj is one of the greatest NBA reporters of all time already, right? Like, he ain't just going up there speaking willy-nilly. He's got sources that me or you could never fathom of. He's plugged in. Who knows who Woj talks to behind the scenes day in, day out? Obviously agents, obviously team executives, obviously players. I think these connections with Woj run deep. And I did hear some audio the other day from Kevin Durant on the Dan Patrick show from back in 2013 when KD did acknowledge that the team he grew up rooting for was the Toronto Raptors because he liked their jerseys and he liked Vince Carter's athleticism. He did say that. Now, obviously, a lot of us know KD is it fair to say, always changing, to say the least. I think we're all as people always changing. But whatever all of us as people are changing, KD's like twice as much changing. Seems like the brother battles with some demons mentally, right? I get it. He's human, he's rich, and he's looking for things that fulfill himself. I hope he finds that. Would the Toronto Raptors be the team to fulfill that? Well, let's piece together a deal if you're the Raptors. They got assets. The Pascal Siakams of the world, if the Brooklyn Nets want them. The OG Anunobys of the world, if the Brooklyn Nets want them. The Scotty Barneses of the world, if the Brooklyn Nets want him. Obviously, there's a Fred VanVleet there. I would think that would be a guy that the Raptors would want to keep if they do acquire a Kevin Durant. He seems to be a guy that would fit well with KD as a player. I mean, there are assets in Toronto that don't rule out the Raptors. And like Woj said, Masai Ujiri has pulled the trigger on one of these rentals in the past. Well, he would be getting Kevin Durant for 4 years at $190 million a clip. Now, I know the contracts don't mean a lot nowadays just from the standpoint of Kevin Durant's under contract right now with the Brooklyn Nets. He could just demand a trade out of Toronto a year, 2 years into his contract. Hell, once he got traded, he could say, yo, I'm not playing for y'all. I told y'all not to trade for me. Y'all did it anyway. I'm not playing for y'all. Like, he could do whatever he wants. And in the NBA, until they work out that new CBA and the owners get back the leverage, you can pretty much do what you want with the money that these athletes are making, with how great these athletes are. They got all the control and power. So it would be a risk for Masai Ujiri. But if you can just get a great 2-year run from Kevin Durant, do you believe you can still win big? Do you believe the nucleus in Toronto is centered enough that if you put KD back around it, you'll win? Do you believe KD's got what's needed to win in this league is there in Toronto right now? The stability within that organization. I do believe the Raptors got a top 5 package that the Brooklyn Nets could get, but I don't believe it's the best. I actually think the Golden State Warriors got the best package. I actually think that deal will be done already, if not for the history recently between Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. They got the best package, but I do believe the Raptors got a top 5 package. When you talk about the Rookie of the Year in Scotty Barnes, Anunoby, that's a good package. Or, even Siakam maybe. If it's Scotty and Siakam, that's a hell of a package. if that's the package, that the Nets would be hard, suited to find many more better than that. That's a really good package. And the pick swaps and picks, that's a really good package. We know the Raptors have been shopping for stars. They were even in the Ben Simmons conversation. They've been in multiple conversations over the years. We know they like going big fish hunting. We know that fan base in Toronto would love to have another championship run or two in them. We obviously know about the relationship Drake and KD got. That strong. Could Drake put a call or two in? Obviously in Toronto, is that the best thing for KD? Like being away from him? I'm serious about this. Maybe getting away from some of these factors that influence the mental, some friends, some people that, leave him up at night questioning himself. Is Canada far enough where his home could be to get away from that? Look, I don't rule anything out for KD. I don't rule any possibility out. So, I'm not ruling Toronto out, especially with Woj reporting it. Heck no, I can't rule them out. We'll see what happens. Kevin Durant as a Toronto Raptor would be interesting. I would not say that that's a championship team if they got to give up Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam. Maybe if they give up Scotty and OG Anunoby, we'll see in some picks. I would have to see what the Raptors are able to keep. But even if they were at full strength, I still would put the Bucks over the Raptors. But they would be really good.